What is up, and welcome in to the Easy Smoke and the GM podcast. I am your host, Ezra McCann, and I'm joined, as always, by my outstanding co-host. He's a Chicago Public League legend. He's a Simeon legend. He's a Grambling State legend. He played second base for the Tigers back in the day. He was all SWAC. He is none other than Brandon Williams, a.k.a. Coach Smoke, and our football expert. He's an NFL draft genius. He is our GM. He is Glenn Morgan. And gentlemen, I asked this question last week. Are you on board? You said yes. Well, one of you said yes. Coach Smoke said yes.
With a caveat
What was the caveat?
that we must beat the Browns' ass
That's right.
and make sure Shedeur Sanders looks like shit.
I think you can check and check that one. Glenn Morgan, are you
Yeah,
in, man? Are you in?
I think it was a bullshit ass win against a bullshit ass team.
Wow. Wow, man. I gotta call you out. But you being a hater, man. You being a
man,
hater.
man, you falling for it again. You falling for it again.
And on top of that, I don't think Shedeur looked that bad watching the
Wow.
game
Okay,
again.
now I know you playing around.
No, seriously. This is why I say that. Real quick about Shedeur.
Sure.
The running game, he had no help. The running game helped him never, not
No.
at all. I mean, so when you become just a one-dimensional team by the first quarter, you're gonna be in trouble the rest of the game. When the Bears zero blitzed him, he was picking the right guy and hitting him. He had some big connections. He did a good job citing that. The issue, and he got baited on two of the three. One interception wasn't his fault. Jerry Duty
Yeah, the
just did
Jerry
not.
Judy one, yes,
Yeah,
that
That
wasn't
was
his fault.
bullshit. I
Absolutely.
mean, good defense, but it wasn't like the defender really took it
No,
from as much as Jerry. No. I'm saying they both did their part.
no,
Jerry
no, no.
Judy
I
didn't
was
do
gonna
his
I was
duty.
gonna say that initially Johnson got beat on that one. Yeah,
Right. Yeah,
but
yeah.
he made the
He
adjustment.
recovered.
He
Sure.
recovered. Yeah, yeah,
He kept playing. Jerry Judy stopped.
right.
But that was a hell of a fucking pass. I mean, that's not a pass most fifth rounders make. That was a very good pass. The other two interceptions, he got baited, and that's like basically his inexperience showed up against the guile of two seasoned defenders, and it's like I'm like, okay, I get that. Some of the other stuff, the receivers got to get open. There are a few times he held on to the ball for a while, but I get it because you're trying to do something at that point because you're not getting any help anywhere. But for the most part, I look at the coach and I'm like, dude, you got to do a better job of adjusting when you're running games in that place. Like they didn't have a plan B at all. Like they went with plan A and that was it. And they came back out at halftime and still on plan A. It's like you have to make some kind of adjustment. And at the very end, when the Bears weren't pressuring him as much and he was hitting a lot of check downs, I'm like, so basically right now you're taking what the defense is giving you, and you didn't do that throughout the game. But there were times when there was a zero blitz coming, and I thought Shedeur did a good job of finding the receiver and hitting him. He did a really good job doing it. So I don't think he played a horrible game. Now, am I saying he played a good game? No, the whole team didn't play a good game. But I didn't think he looked as bad as if you just look at the statistics, you're like, oh man, three interceptions, he didn't do shit. It's like you kind of got to watch the game. As far as the Bears go, I think they left some points out there. Um, they did what they're supposed to do. And the reason why I say it's bullshit is like the Browns are not a very good team. So
No,
yes, they did exactly the Bears did exactly. Yeah, I'm being a little facetious. The Bears did exactly what they were supposed to do. I just think they took a little bit longer getting to it. Um, I thought some of the guys on the Bears, there were some drops there. I thought Caleb played bit by bit. He's getting better at different parts and different facets of being a quarterback and the nuance of playing that position. And I thought he did a really good job passing as far as accuracy wise. This game, probably one of his top three more accurate
mm-hmm.
passing games this season. The running game is taking the heart out of a lot of teams.
Mm-hmm.
And they've been doing it for a while, and it is beautiful to see. And I thought Cleveland looked like a warm weather team. They looked like they did not want to be out there in the cold. And the Bears look energized. You can just tell, but by the way Swift was running, Monangai always runs like Monangai, but Swift was like really active and really physical. Not saying he was running through the piles, but he was ending his runs with some authority and he had the energy bouncing back up. And it was like the cold didn't bother. It's like he was energized. And the Bears do a good job with their running. What I've noticed that in Ben Johnson, and it speaks to the mentality and I think it's going to play well for this team throughout the rest of the season. We'll see how they can, stack on that seasons going forward. But they do a good job of just taking your heart out. I mean, uh, Jackson had, I'm going to say his right name, the guard, the inside guard, right
Yeah,
guard.
Jonah Jackson.
Jackson, thank you. There's too many J's out there. Jonas Jackson, he pile drives somebody. I was like, oh my God. And, like the play went the other direction, but it didn't even matter. Like he crushed that dude. And even I was watching Get Up, and even Loveland got a sneaky one in on Garrett, where he knocked Garrett on his ass, and then went out and caught the ball. I'm like, okay, the Bears are taking it to people, and in this cold, if the Bears are able to secure home field advantage throughout, watch out. They might have a sneaky chance of making it in there because LA Rams, come on to Chicago. If you got to come to Chicago for an NFC
Well, we
championship
just
game,
gotta
that would be
wait.
interesting.
It's warming up a little bit. I came down into the basement here, man. It was
Mhm.
usually it's freezing cold down here. It was nice and toasty down here.
Decent.
It's a nice
We, we,
nice 40
we
degrees
yeah, we're talking
outside. So that's
mid
not a good
mid
thing.
mid late January. We're talking
We
playoffs. We've seen
well,
them as mid late
hey, we
January.
we seen some warm days in January, man.
I'm not saying it happened, but I'm saying
And and
if
bare weather is not always a given.
you know what, no doubt, definitely that it can. There's some truth and some myth behind
Mhm.
aspects of it, but I think
Yeah.
what makes bear weather a thing is when you see what we saw this past week, when you can be physical and you take it to after a while, man, you don't want to hit nobody. If you keep getting hit and you got to make tackle, it's like, man, it tests your heart. I just saw the Browns' heart just look like their heart was not in that game
But
after
well,
about
here's
the
the
first
deal.
quarter.
They're not playing for nothing. So it's tough.
I mean, that
It's
helps.
tough.
Right,
It's
that's
tough to
tough.
come out when
Right,
it's
Mhm.
10 degrees
I
and
mean, but
no doubt. But here's the
a
thing.
wind
I,
chill of minus 10.
here's the thing. Cleveland's a cold weather team, and we also saw the Bears do the same damn thing, especially in the second half,
it's a
to the
feeling.
Green Bay Packers. That
Oh
that
well,
look on
yeah.
Micah Parsons' face was like, damn, can we get these fools off this
Yeah.
field? I'm tired of being out here. And if that game had gone longer, if it and again, I know the Bears were going to go for two, whatever. But I'm just saying, the longer that game played, the more it favored the Bears. And you could just see the heart. There's something that the Bears do with the way they do their running attack, their rushing attack, the way they're blocking, the way they're hitting holes, and the way they continue doing it. It just it dissolves another team's spirit, man. It does. It takes it to them, and they're consistent with it. And the Bears don't seem worse for the wear. The other team does. It's relentless in a way. And the Bears don't just. It's not just the classic back in the '80s where you get 4 yards, 5 yards. They're getting like 12 yards on the carry, sometimes seven, 4, 6. You think they're gonna pass? Nope, another 8 yards. Think they're gonna pass? Nope, another 4 yards. Damn, another 2 yards, 6 yards. Play action, 12 yards. Drop back, dig route,
Mhm.
15 yards. And then they do something else, getting near the goal, and they're doing a better job in the red zone. So it's hard to get excited about what we saw with the Browns, other than like Smoke said, they whooped their ass physically. It showed on the scoreboard as well, and it was a good tune-up game for what should be, uh, a coup de grace when it comes to when they play Green
Green
Bay.
Bay.
And I think the Bears have a very strong chance to win this division. If they beat Green Bay and then beat San Francisco,
It's
they
over
got
with.
the division right. If they beat Green Bay, lose to Frisco, winning the division will probably come down.
Us beat
What?
Detroit. Beat
It
us
may
beating
actually
Detroit.
it all depends what Green Bay does too. Because if
Yeah.
they lose, then it helps us out. But the right now, and again, it's one game at a time. But this
Yeah.
is probably the
Control our own
penultimate
destiny.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
We
The
control our own
penultimate
goal,
destiny.
game.
the goal right now, win Saturday night against Green Bay.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
win and
Puts
a
us in great
Detroit,
position.
yeah, win and a Detroit loss, you clinch a playoff spot.
Look, outside of an injury to a key player, I literally, and this is before Parsons got hurt. I was saying this last after even during the Green Bay game, even towards the end of the first one, I'm like, oh, they ain't losing this team next time they play him. They're not gonna lose to him. I don't see Ben Johnson, and I've said it before. I'll say it again. I don't. He strikes me as the type of coach, and the coaching staff strikes me as the type of coaching staff, and the way these players are gravitating towards the coaching and the way they've responded, they strike me as a team right now that won't lose to the same team twice in the same season. I just don't see it happen. I just don't. And that was before Micah Parsons went down. I don't know how good or how well Christian Watson's going to be, or even Tom's the offensive lineman. But if they're not, 70% or better, that's not going to help Green Bay either. I think the Bears are going to beat their ass. I do. 14. I think like plus 14.
Damn. That's crazy. Okay.
Go ahead.
So I want to go back to the beginning of all this, how this all started. I want to go back to the beginning.
All right.
I think both of y'all being too goddamn. I think y'all being too correct, too politically correct when we talk about the damn Browns. I'm gonna give the media responses. Cause yeah, they ain't got nothing to play for, GM. But that ain't how the media portrayed it. Shedeur brought so much life to this organization. You see how much life they play with. Oh my God! Like, and is, oh man, he did this, he did that. The coach didn't help him out, man. All I saw in the media is, man, the coach needs to stop running the ball so much and let the boy throw it. Now the coach do that, and it's a problem. So no, fuck all that. The Bears did what the fuck I wanted to see, and that was beat their ass to sleep. And that's what I wanted to see. They didn't belong on the field, and that did everything it did for me. It was pissing me off so much all week long hearing Shedeur is going to outplay Caleb. Shedeur is already better than Caleb because he had a good game against the fucking Tennessee Titans.
I
Are
know
we
what you was listening
serious?
to.
No,
You
I
was
Yeah.
was
listening to
no. It was
Shady.
more.
Yeah.
No, it was more
That
than
was more
shady.
than shady.
It was more than shady.
Chris
Really?
It was
Broussard was
more
out
than
there
shady.
saying that.
It was a
That's the
lot
same
more than
difference.
shady.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
I
distinction
forget
without a
the dude
difference.
that be on the arena with Skip now, but all of a sudden, after this game, he don't show up all week. He played with I guess he played with Denver with Akeem Talib or something too, but he ain't showed up all week.
So
He
this
told
sounds like Fox oriented
like, but
talent.
it's just like, man, like let's not be disrespectful about this, man. Like be analysts and not be fans. Be for real. Be for real here. Like the Cleveland Browns are a terrible football team.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yes.
Like terrible. Like y'all
Yes.
saw Shedeur Sanders get his opportunity against the Las Vegas Raiders and the
Everybody looks good.
Tennessee Titans. And y'all thought that was all of a sudden in one of those games they lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
The
you know,
game y'all keep highlighting, he
They lost.
lost. And people want to talk about, well, the coach did this. He went for two when they was down 14. I watched Atlanta do that against Tampa Bay on Monday Night Football, and it worked out in their favor. They didn't get the two, came back, scored again, also didn't get the two, came back, got the ball again, and kicked three to win the game. So don't tell me that the coach made a bonehead decision, because I saw it work in another team's favor,
I think
underdog.
Atlanta made a bonehead decision too.
I
I
mean,
don't know why.
but I'm just saying, like, it's gonna always be an excuse right now because they're fanboys right now. That's why I wanted the Bears to leave no doubt that these are the big boys now. This ain't no moral. Y'all ain't about to have no moral victory versus us. We're gonna make sure y'all know that y'all don't belong in this field, and we gonna beat y'all so bad that later in the game we gonna just fuck around and let Myles Garrett get a couple sacks. I think them sacks was premeditated. I don't think he actually earned them sacks. I think we just was playing around, playing with our food at that point,
You saw
and just like, you know what? Let's let him go ahead and get a couple.
you
Them are two of
saw
the weakest sacks he probably ever got.
you saw Caleb got his jersey at the end of the game.
Right, Caleb just wanted to be on the
He wanted to he
tombstone
wanted to
for
wanted to get the
Halloween.
jersey.
So you know, every Halloween he put tombstones of the quarterbacks he got
Right,
sacks on.
right.
Like, man, so that's that. Okay, enough of the losers. Enough of the losers. I
The
agree a lot with you. Oh, my bad.
go ahead.
My
You
bad.
got it, you
But
got it, you
I
got
just
it.
want to say, is you touched on it with Caleb. I saw a lot of those same things this game. I felt like he was far more on point with his accuracy. I personally, watching that game, felt like Ben Johnson and Caleb was watching the media also. I didn't expect us to come out as aggressive throwing the ball as we did. I thought we was going to emphasize the run early. We still ran the
I thought
ball
we ran the
with
ball and we
consistency,
ran very well. What
but
we have 100 over 140 yards rushing
I think we
for the
still ran
game.
it consistently.
I wanted us to run the ball more. I thought
Yeah,
we should have been running the
I
ball more.
I thought, I'm like, damn, I'm like, maybe they've been watching the media too, because I'm like, I was not expecting us to come out throwing. First play of the game was a play action, right?
Yeah. They
They
Well,
got to
went
work
like,
on that passing game.
true. I just thought with the weather, we wasn't going. Like, we go really throw the ball? It's below zero, so that's why I didn't think that we would do it. But hey, he came out and did it.
yeah, first play was incomplete to Loveland.
But yeah, they like Caleb looked really good to me.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
What about
and
what about the throw
to
the
DJ.
DJ in the back of the end zone?
So that one, like I
I
told y'all,
Great
I
catch.
was screaming. Wait, he rolls right, and at that point, I'm just like, throw it away, throw it away. And then I saw him throw, and I was like, no. And
Yes.
then somehow, wait, I thought it was
He-
picked.
right.
I
man,
thought it was picked, and all of a sudden, DJ Moore
dumped it
slams the
Ran
down,
balls
over.
down. I'm like, wait, that's a touchdown? And
bro.
I just jumped up, man. That
I
was
man,
that's one of the
I
greatest throws I've seen. Real talk. Come on.
I think from a Bear quarterback, yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
I don't watch any other teams. So
Oh.
that's what I'm talking about for the Bears
But I also think
in my life.
I think it was one of the greatest results of a throw. I don't know if it was the greatest. I think a little. I think the defenders that could have gone either way. I think I'll say this. Looking at it, I think Caleb put it in a spot where he felt that I'm gonna give my guy a chance, kind of throw. And I think DJ, hungry for touchdowns, was like, I'm going to have to get this one because I don't have many opportunities at this. And I think it was a hell of a catch. I think it was
Absolutely.
a hell of a throw. It was a hell of a daring throw.
yeah,
And I think because the result happened the way it is, we're talking effusively like we are. If it didn't happen that way, it was picked like you thought it was going to be. What you said earlier, why you throw the ball, just throw it away,
mm-hmm.
would have been the result. You know what I'm saying? So it's a fine line, but that's football.
But when you see the slow mo,
Yeah, you see how high.
it kind of trips you out that
Yeah,
the defender that jumped wasn't even close to that ball. The other defender was falling as he was coming in, but it was like, damn. I thought them defenders was really right there. I thought
right.
it looked on. I was watching on my phone because I told y'all what happened, so I was in the car with
Yeah,
y'all.
yeah. Yeah,
It
you had a
looked,
rough Sunday.
yeah. I had a rough Sunday, but it looked, it
Only the Browns
literally,
had a rougher Sunday.
it that's what made my Sunday better. But it literally looked like the ball went through the defender. Like, damn, how did that? Like, it didn't look like it went over anybody. It looked like it went through them. I'm like, and then I saw the replay. I'm like, wait a minute, dude jumped forward. It got over his hand. The other guy was stumbling kind of into it, and as DJ called it.
Right.
So I'm like, it was one of them throws where it's like, no, but then it's like, damn, that was kind of impressive. Like to get it over that, especially to get it over that first defender.
Right.
Like to get it over him was like, okay, that's kind of crazy when you see the replay of it. So, I mean, look, as we know in the past, when it come to Caleb, I've had my feelings, and and I've said before, I'm a Bears fan, so at some point, I'm gonna be all in like everybody else. And I had been this season kind of been more because I've said it before. I said it's been more him to me than Ben Johnson.
What's up, buddy?
I said I said it's been more him to me than Ben Johnson. So I've been leaning towards him. But this week, with the disrespect that I felt he was getting, no, not only is Smoke all in with the Bears, don't fuck with my quarterback.
Wow.
That's why I'm at now.
That's where we at now? Okay.
That's where I'm at now.
You're in a T.O. moment.
That's where I'm at now. Look,
Quarterback,
that's
man.
my quarterback.
Look, one of my boys
teammate.
who's a diehard Bears fan, he commented on one of my posts. He said, "Damn, I wanted the Bears to beat Cleveland down too, but I still wanted Shedeur to do well." I say, man, I don't give a fuck what Shedeur did. He ain't my quarterback. And the media, everybody was saying he better than my quarterback. So I took that personal. So now I wanted to see what I saw.
My mother-in-law is a Jackson State alum, so she's a big Shedeur fan, and she was like, "Man, I hope he kills the Bears." I was like, "Nah, we're not having that. You can't talk about that in my house. No."
Now,
is that when he moved all her stuff? That's why he moved our boxes downstairs, so she can't have access.
Well, no, they were already there. I can't do nothing about that, man.
That's how you treat your mother-in-law. Go downstairs and get the stuff out your box if you want it, woman.
There's only so much power I have.
Just none.
Zero.
Just little none.
That's right. That's right. Hey, I got one negative from this past week.
I know we talked about it.
The kicker.
Oh, that ain't.
Oh, wait.
That ain't what I thought, but that's definitely a negative.
That's
I didn't think this was one of Ben Johnson's better coach games at all.
No,
I didn't.
I like where you went there. I didn't like the time management at all. Yeah. Now, maybe he knew that this was a bad football team they were playing, and they had some things that they could play with.
I think that's exactly what that was.
But before the half, I did not like before the half letting the clock run down to 4 seconds.
I didn't like not getting that first down when we had the ball before that.
Okay.
We got 9 yards on the initial rush from Swift, and then we did 2 passing plays after that. And the one on 3rd and 1 is when Zacchaeus slipped.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, somebody was like, well, if he don't slip, that's a completion. I'm like, but that's how football guys work. We shouldn't have been doing that play no way. We should have just been trying to get the first down of the drive to continue to keep the drive alive. Then we could start opening it up. But you talking about when we got the ball back.
We got the ball back at right before the half. We're at midfield. We had a third and 10, 23 seconds. We got 7 yards there. All right. Time ticking. We only had one timeout. All right. I get that. He let the clock run to 4, called a timeout, and then they did a little, razzle-dazzle lateral play, which made no sense to me. Because what if, God forbid, you lateral and the ball, bounces and it's a turnover and they take it back or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Why not call a timeout with 20-something seconds on the clock? Try to get a sideline play, get closer to getting to field goal range, and try to put some more points on the board.
We know why they didn't do that, because our kicker ain't shit.
Well, I was going to say, I mean, it might have been a situation where the Bears are going into the win. And so it was like,
But
I
okay,
think it
so then
was.
I would have rather you just run the clock out. What are you
Yeah,
doing?
I think it was a little bit of indecision. I think it's like, do I want to? Should I? I think and then I think he decided to be risk averse and said, you know, let's just go ahead and do this. I think it was one of those kind of things. Which, to your point, is not being decisive enough before the half. But and again, to your other point, I think it was the impetus or the I can say what's I'm looking for. It wasn't a game of intensity. It wasn't. It's like you're going to win, and you shouldn't assume anything. But it's like they're playing a bad team. I think it's one of those things where if you're playing a different team, you might have made different decisions better. Where here you were like trying to see what you can try and do. I think it was a lot of. I think they treated it like a third preseason game. That's what it felt like. You know, in terms of some of the decisions being made. It was like, let's try this, let's try that, let's try this, let's try that. Okay, let's put them away. All right, and let's try a couple other things, but let's not show too much because we got Green Bay next week. But we need to work on our passing game. I think it was one of those kind of games, dude. I really do.
Okay. And then the second issue I had was early in the third. You get great field position. You start at like I think they were at the 47. Their own 47. Uh, you basically net 1 yard. No, you got no. They got a 4 yard play. I'm doing this off of memory. Fourth down. Um, at basically at midfield. Play the field position game at that point. Punt the football. Your defense is playing
So it's
great.
just still 14 nothing at
This
that
is
point.
still 14
14.
nothing. 14 nothing at this point. All right. Early in the third. Punt the ball, play the field position game. Instead, you go for it on fourth down. You get stopped for us. I think uh, Caleb was sacked for a loss of 6. You give Cleveland the ball back at midfield. All right. Now, mind you, maybe they're playing, they know who they're playing. You wouldn't make that decision against the Green Bay. Okay.
Probably.
But still, why even play around with it?
Don't play with your food.
Yeah, yeah. Just pin them back, and let your defense get. And then you get, hopefully you get a punt, and you're getting, just as good a field position again the next time you get the ball. I did not like that. It was a little bit of arrogance in my opinion.
Yeah, that's fair
But in a
criticism.
in a 31-3 win, you can't get too mad about that. All right.
So
Those were two
basically,
coaching issues I had in that game. So I don't want to see that again. But I'm sure I am. He's an offensive coach. That's what offensive coaches do. Never.
so
Lovey
it's
Lovey would have never.
no, you know, you definitely
He
wouldn't.
would have
Don't watch
never.
that.
He would have never.
Uh, so basically, what you tell me is that it sounds like you agree with me. It was a bullshit win against a bullshit team. That's
I
what you
didn't
just
say
told me.
that. I said it was a good win. It was a good win.
That sounds like you just told
All
me.
right. Now back to what I was talking about before. Thank you, Smoke, for bringing that up. Back to what I was talking about before, the kicker. He's got to get it together, man.
I
Um,
told y'all 2 years ago,
he
Santos got to go.
he almost missed the extra point. He missed what, a 35 yarder.
Can't kick beyond 50.
Then says, "Wait, this is something I have never heard." All right, in
Boy,
all my
gotta stop.
years, they said whoever the sideline reporter. I forget who the sideline
Because of the
reporter
weather, you
was.
lose seven
Because of
yards
the
or something.
weather, you lose 7 to 10 yards on your kick. I never heard Kevin Butler say that.
That's a lot of yards. I'd say maybe a
Never,
few
never heard
yards.
Robbie Gold say that. All right. What are we doing here? All right. You kick in Chicago. It's going to be cold in December. Field goals matter. All right. You can't lose 10 yards. You can't do that. Meanwhile, Cleveland's kicker looked fine. No issues. So what
Think
what
you
what are we
Well,
just
what are
well,
we
he
doing
I think
only
you
here?
just said it.
Well, he only had one
He
kick.
only had the one kick. I give you that,
So-
but it looked good. It was right down the
It
middle.
was a strong 3-point kick.
look, he look, he had his one shining moment. Look, he wasn't gonna let it go to waste.
He made wait. No. I was right. He hit from 50.
Right. He knew, look, this is probably our
Emphatic
only
kick.
chance today. I'm
According
gonna do my part. That's how he felt.
according to Cairo Santos, he couldn't kick from 45.
Cairo can't kick from 50 on a 75-degree day.
Cairo made a
So
54-yarder. Stop now.
that was
Man,
luck.
He
The
made
wind
his
was
longest.
blowing. It was wind 80.
hey, we don't need 2018 to happen again. That's all I'm saying.
I told y'all
That's
though.
all I'm saying.
He's not that bad. I don't.
Yeah,
I think
he
you
ain't
said
bad as Sparky though. That
Parky was pretty accurate outside of Miami that year.
no, he
Parky
wasn't.
had a game where he missed what 4
Against
kicks
Detroit. Yes, against
Oh
Detroit.
yeah, he did.
in
Yeah,
one
Parky,
game.
yeah, he did.
Parky on the season.
All hit the upright.
He did.
That's almost impossible to do.
Probably can't do that again to
If he
save his
tried.
own life if he tried.
Parky completed about 72% of his kicks that year, which is horrible. Which is actually what he
Was
did
it
in the
that low?
playoffs. Yeah, it was. Which is actually what he did in the playoffs. Was he 72 or 74? I don't even remember. Because when in the playoff, I was like, well, he hit 3 out of 4.
He was 3 for 4.
He did it. He did his average.
75%.
Yeah, he did his average. Which he
That's
did.
the
He
one
did.
that meant the most.
Right. Parky is exactly what we thought he was.
And he had the
75%
nerve to go on
field
the Today Show the next day, man. I'm still mad about that.
goal.
Still
I
mad.
didn't know that.
Still mad about it. I'm sorry. I digress.
But I think to your point, I don't think Cairo's completely healthy. So it's
Okay.
not helping. It's not helping a guy who does not have a strong leg. It's not helping him any at all. So I think that's where you've seen a little bit of some inconsistency. He's been pretty steady the past couple of years, but I think we've seen some inconsistency over the last 2 to 4 weeks, and I think it's because he's still not completely healthy.
Well, then maybe, we should have kept what's his name?
Moody.
Moody, yes.
Moody.
Yes.
I don't trust Moody.
I trust him more than I trust Cairo Santos right now.
I don't. I don't trust Moody. I've seen him cost Frisco too many games, and he got a strong leg.
Moody is perfect.
Yeah, because he's probably fighting for his life, kicking for his life. This is his third team this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there you go. He's motivated.
I'm just saying. You got it.
Yeah,
We got 3 weeks.
well, I
Get
mean,
this
to your
thing
point,
right.
Going forward, next season, that's probably something to address. That maybe the running back position, defensive line, and maybe even some depth on the offensive line, interior depth from the offensive line.
Well, we'll worry about that after
Yeah, after playoffs,
after
Super Bowl.
Hey, I'm not saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I'm serious about that though. Like, think about that. So, who are the teams that potentially could be making the playoffs? So, the Rams, Seattle, probably San Francisco.
San
So, probably
Francisco.
three
Those
probably
three.
coming from the West. One coming from the South is going to be Tampa Bay. Well, I don't
Right.
know. Could be Carolina or Tampa Bay.
It's they both 7-7 right now. So
Right.
I think one and then two from our division.
Right. And two from our division, probably Chicago and Green Bay.
Right.
Because the Green Bay has a tiebreaker over the Lions, and they got that half game that might help them.
What's San Francisco's remaining schedule? They got us. Do they have any division opponent?
I think they got one against
second.
One
I
of
think
the top.
everybody has a division opponent at the end.
I mean, one of the top, not Arizona, one of the Rams of Seattle.
Actually, damn.
They got tough.
Guess who they play?
They got Detroit though.
Last game of the season.
Seattle.
They got Seattle.
Right. Seattle. Yeah.
No. San Francisco. San Francisco has Seattle.
I think they'll still make the play.
Who they got this week?
They're at Indianapolis for a Monday night at Indianapolis.
But Frisco already has 10 wins, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're 10 and
Frisco,
4.
Seattle, and the Rams all have 10 or more wins, correct?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they've got
Yeah,
the Rams are at 11.
Yeah.
right.
Detroit need us and them and Detroit pretty much to
Yeah.
lose out for their
Detroit only has
sake.
8. I don't think Detroit gets Detroit. If Detroit gets to 10 wins, they'll be 10-7. I think. I don't think that'll be good enough because they won't be a division winner. And I think all those other teams with Rams already have 11. I think Frisco and Seattle might
Well,
get
it
that one
depends. No, it
extra
depends
game.
on us though. That still depends on us.
The Bears are going to beat Green Bay.
Okay.
And the Bears play Detroit again, and I don't think Ben Johnson's going to let that ass whooping sit. He's been stewing on that for the whole damn season. And Detroit, as good as they are, got to come and play outdoors. That's the upside about it. All the rest of these games are outside for Chicago. And the way Chicago runs the ball, they're going to take the heart out of some people. What I'm trying to get at is, should the Bears win 2 of the next 3, they at least get a home game, maybe 2, depending on what happens, playoff games. Most of the teams are either West Coast teams or indoor teams,
Mm-hmm.
or I should say West Coast, warm weather teams or indoor teams outside of Philadelphia, who we already kicked the dog's out of, and they're kind of fading anyway. They're pretenders, if you ask me. They got issues executing on offense. It's going to be hard to
And
beat Chicago in
I
Chicago this
think
year.
they gonna get false hope because they remain the schedule so easy.
Right. Yeah. I mean, look, they're Super Bowl champions. I'm not going to rule anything out. And again, I'm not this over enthusiastic Bear fan. I mean, I think y'all know me long enough. I'm pretty objective when it comes to stuff. I'm looking at the way the Bears have been playing, and
It's
Caleb's
been
been
consistent.
consistent.
It's been
It's been
consistent.
consistent. It's been consistent. The defense is probably the one thing I'm worried most about because you can still kind of run on the Bears defense with if you have a good running game. So, but that secondary, you try passing on the Bears, I think you're going to run into turnovers. I think that plays to the Bears' favor to some degree. I think that leverages towards the Bears a little bit. Um,
You
but
have to execute perfectly versus that secondary. They're
yes,
so opportunistic. Like
yes.
they're going to take the chances that we haven't seen. And a
But
lot of times they're guessing right.
yes, but a lot of it is not even always just guessing.
They're not even
They're
guessing, just good
they're they're,
defense.
they're in the right place, and
Yeah.
these guys. This is one of the. It happens in the season sometimes. Teams get hot, what have you. But I'm looking at these players, and Deshaun Wright was kind of an unknown, but Chauncey Gardner, I know he has good hands. I know Jalen Johnson has good hands. Stevenson, not the best of hands, but he's always around the ball. He can't pick it. Byard has good hands. Briscoe's
Deshaun Wright
probably
almost
right.
had one
I'm saying
that he
right,
dove for
right. And I'm saying
Sunday.
coming into the season, he was kind of an unknown. My point is, this secondary, they all got pretty good hands, and the linebackers got pretty good hands. And it's not just the secondary guys. The linebackers drop back and cover. Who was the brother who had a great game? Was it a 48 for the
Yeah,
linebacker? Was it
Jackson.
DeMarco or
Mm-hmm.
something? Jackson?
Jackson.
Oh my God. I'm like, where did this still come from? He had a heck of a game.
He
Yeah,
had a
it took me as the best
pick.
defensive player.
He had a sack.
Yeah,
But
made some
see,
good tackles.
that's something that that I say when I watch these shows and they speak on like San Francisco, all these injuries they got
Right.
defensively. People don't
Right.
mention that when they come to the Bears. Like we have suffered a lot of injuries on our defense this season,
That's true.
but they have been still productive.
we
We had what
we had
one or two
we had
games
2 games
where
with no
our entire
linebackers.
linebacking core was
That's true. And our number one
with our
receiver,
entire linebacking core
statistically,
with
our number one
with
receiver hasn't
with
played in the last 2 weeks.
with our two top
Corners
corners out.
or
Yeah,
DBs out.
Like, and they
yeah.
never mention that on.
Cowherd talks about Jalen Johnson like he's been there all season. This was only his
Like,
third
bro,
game.
I'm gonna say third. Yeah,
Well,
third,
third since the
fourth-ish.
injury. Yeah,
I'm
Okay.
I'm seeing
because he
people talking
played
about.
He played in the Detroit game, but then was hurt in that was the one
Yeah,
He
game.
got hurt in that game.
Yeah,
In
he
that
got hurt in
game,
that
yeah,
game.
yeah.
And I'm like, people talk about like Kyle Shanahan should be coach of the year, all the injuries they dealing with. Like, do y'all not realize what we dealing with on our
I
defense?
don't think people weren't paying
Quarterback.
attention to the Bears. They weren't paying attention to the Bears up until the Philly game.
Philadelphia game, man.
Yeah.
But they
That's
didn't
when it
have
was like, oh, wait a minute, this team might be serious.
well, they had the big names gone. Bosa, the quarterback,
Fred
Ayuk,
Warner.
Fred Warner,
Ayuk
all
don't count. That Nick
I'm just saying big names. I'm just saying names. I'm just
Ayuk
saying big
don't count.
names. And the tight end was gone for a little bit too, I
I
think.
got you, bruh. Almost slipped
Ayuk,
there.
Ayuk stealing money, man. That man don't care. That man got paid and and ain't cared about nothing after that.
So, but yeah, to your point, yes, the, the Bears' ability to handle the adversity that came their way this year is understated, no doubt. But and again, another reason why I'm saying if the Bears get some home games with these warm weather teams coming here, and I'm not saying necessarily bear weather is end all to be all, but the way the Bears attack you on offense, the way they take your heart out with the way they're running game, that shit gonna matter in cold weather. It's gonna matter in terms of like, testing people's souls that day. Like, man, do I really want to do this? How much do I really want to commit to making that tackle? You're gonna get a lot of, Manon guy hitting that hole. Then both them tight ends run well after they catch the ball. Everyone's physical. The way the line is blocking. The only one not physical on offense is probably the quarterback. Everybody else, the way the wide receivers block.
Yeah.
I mean, after the catch, Luther Burden after the catch is a problem for some teams, and he's getting better, and he's a young dude who is probably among the few healthier people as the season wears on because he hasn't played as much as some of the others. Well,
Questionable on the
Dunze's getting
injury
rested
report
up.
this week.
What's that?
He's questionable on the injury report so far this week.
Who is?
Yeah, he's young
Burden.
dude, Luther.
Burden?
Young guy, he'll
He'll
be
be
out there.
fine. He'll be
He'll
fine.
be out there. It's Green Bay.
No, the other one that worries, Dunze may be out for
For
the
the
year.
season.
Yeah.
Good. I might pay. I'm gonna go and play DJ. Well, I didn't play him this week. I almost lost me my damn playoff game.
Speaking of which, Glenn, sorry, off the topic. Later for you, man. Later for you. We
Y'all
played
playing
each
each other
other, yeah,
in
playoffs this
playoffs?
week.
You killing
Yeah.
them?
It's
Oh, you
it's
beat
over.
him.
It was over
You
Sunday
beat
night.
him.
Yeah, it was over Sunday night.
Dang.
It was over Sunday night.
Man, hear this. I went into Monday night up 14 points, and my opponent had Waddle and Steelers kicker. I just knew I was gonna lose. Thank God the Steelers kept scoring touchdowns, so he only was getting 1 point,
Getting one.
and Waddle didn't
And
do nothing.
and Tua couldn't throw the ball.
Couldn't do
He
nothing.
was
Ooh, I was like, man, survive in advance.
Yeah, so yeah, ended my fantasy season prematurely. That's all right. I mean, honestly, I didn't deserve to make the playoffs.
He's just six
I
and
was
doing
6-8. I was 6-8 this year. It seemed like for the longest time I was like every other
limping
week.
into the playoffs.
I was winning every other week. And yeah,
Yeah.
it was a bad year. Bad
Well,
season for me.
at least you're not mowing had Kyle Pitts on the bench. Ooh,
Damn.
at least you're not mowing had Kyle Pitts on the bench. Yeah.
Did he lose?
Yeah. I think he did. Yeah. Like
Uh,
he played my cousin. Yeah, he lost. He said only when he plays in Morgan's does that always happen to him. That's me a ride. Somehow somebody's on his bench that shouldn't be.
he was the
But
champ
his other
last year,
tight end is
right?
Bowers.
He
I
was the
think I won
champ
last
last year,
year.
right?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think he did
yeah,
win last year.
yeah.
Yeah, he played Bowers. I'm like, well,
Yeah,
I get it,
that's yeah.
but you could have played both tight ends.
Right. Could have put one in the flex.
Yeah. He was
Man,
he texted me like
how did he
Thursday
end up
night.
with Bowers and Pitts? It's crazy.
Well, because people in our league probably don't trust Pitts, and he took Bowers early. He's a big Raiders fan, so he took Bowers early.
I got Bowers, and I wish I'd actually played Loveland because I got Loveland too. I wish I'd
Well,
played Loveland this week. He
it's hard to
outscored.
pick Loving over Bowers.
It
You know what I'm saying? It's,
is.
it's
It
Bowers.
is, man.
It's
Like
like if he had any other tight end, he might have put in Pitts, but he had Bowers. I'm like, I kind of get why you. His
like
quarterback, dude. He got Lamar Jackson. I forget. He didn't even play Lamar Jackson. He put somebody. He
that
played
sound
somebody else
that
in.
sound
Well,
like my opponent. My opponent had Lamar and Joe Burrow. He played Joe.
wait.
It was 6 of one, half dozen of the other.
I had Dak, and well, my original backup was Kyler Murray, and then when Kyler went down, I picked up Brissett.
It's a good pickup,
Mm.
Well, I
but you
only
can't
played.
start
I can't start Brissett over
over.
Dak,
Right, I
and of
know.
course Brissett went for a nice 27 this week. Dak went for like 12.
But you know
So
what though? You're not gonna play Brissett against Houston when you saw what Houston did
right,
against
Yeah.
Kansas
right,
City.
right, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, man, yeah.
I hate
Like,
fantasy football.
if I'd have just played honestly, if I'd have just played my Bears, I got Caleb, I got Loveland, I got DJ, and I got Luther Burden. If I played them four guys, I blow my opponent out.
Hmm.
And I played none of them.
Mm.
Yeah, the respect for the Browns defense.
Well, I have that respect for the code. I'm like, I ran into that a few years ago in the fantasy playoffs when that Christmas Eve game against the Bills. I ran into that. That year Justin Fields carried me to the championship. And I lost in the championship game because no, I lost in the semifinal game because Justin could it was too cold out there.
Well, remember
So I'm like,
the old Madden saying was cold doesn't really matter. It's the wind and precipitation are the two big ones.
it
Cold,
didn't look out there this Sunday like it did that day I went to that game.
yeah.
That Bills game was crazy. It looked like it was smoke all through the
Everyone
stadium.
breathing.
What?
Yeah, I've retired myself from December games now.
Yeah, it looked pretty clear out there
Too old
Yeah,
for
Sunday.
this shit.
I can't do it no more. It's over. It's over. I'll watch from my comfy couch.
Agreed.
Yes,
You'll
yes.
be out there next year when the Bears are
Jim, you went to the
10.
Packers game last year in December, didn't you? Not the
No,
Bears Packers game, but a Packers game.
year
Wasn't
before
that
last.
last year? That was
Year
year
before
before
last.
last. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I got lucky. It wasn't really cold that day. Yeah, I got fortunate. But yeah, I mean, I'm a trooper, man. I'm from Chicago. I don't care about no cold.
Whatever, man. You
Man,
can have
fuck that.
it. You can have it. Hey, Packers coming to town. All right. Last week I was worried about the trap game. All right.
Bullshit
This
win against
week,
bullshit team.
all right, because I got to worry about something, right? This week, I'm worried about the Saturday night
Not at
prime
all.
time.
Not at all. Not, dude. This is gonna be Bears
I
put
ain't worried
14 up
about
on more
that at
points.
all.
No,
No. As a matter of fact, I'm glad it's on a short. That's because they're more beat up than us.
that's true.
They they're still trying to deal with the
The
traumatic.
emotional effect of
Yep,
losing Michael.
Micah Parsons. Yeah. So now, sooner the better. Yeah, I wish it was Thursday. You can get them fools earlier. No, I'm not worried about that at all. I was coming across some stuff, man, and I think it kind of makes sense. I looked back last year at statistically speaking about teams that run the ball, and not so much. I'm not looking so much at the yards and that, although that does indicate success. But I was looking at how many times you run the ball, and last year Philadelphia ran the ball 36, almost 37 times a game.
Okay.
Mm.
The Baltimore Ravens were second at like 33 times a game. Washington at 31, Detroit at 30, Green Bay at 30, and Pittsburgh at 30, and Buffalo at 30. All those teams went to the playoffs. Now, this year, coming into this past week. Buffalo is number one at 31, almost 37. The Bears are at 31. The Giants, kind of a misnomer, are like just at 30, but I think they just had so many problems. It's just like, you know what, just and the quarterback keeps running and getting hit. I think that has something to do with them running the ball more. Follow what I'm saying? Because he's always running the ball out of the pocket. But then you look at Jacksonville, Seattle, San Francisco, bringing up the next several spots. And again, all those teams look to be playoff bound. New England is also up there as well, and Carolina is also in the top 10. But if you look at the last 3 weeks, Buffalo, 39, almost 40 times a game. And this is with Josh Allen, the current MVP. But they realize, and you look even the game they played, that they had to come back from behind, being down 21 against New England. You look how much they involve Cook in the game. So still running the ball, and also Josh Allen adds to that too because he's a running quarterback. But the Bears are second right there at 37. The Chargers almost at 37. Frisco at 36. Houston at 32. And again, the Giants are up there, but again, I think it's because the quarterback runs a lot. And Philadelphia is kind of bringing up the rear end. Even Miami is almost at 30 as well. So the point I'm trying to make is, man, is that running the ball, especially late in the season, it seems to definitely be a key to a lot of teams making the playoffs, if not having success in the playoffs. And we've seen it with the Bears this whole year. That running game is helping so much with the play action. It's helping so much with the receivers being able to get open, and the defenders having a lot more to have to consider. And I think that plays into the Bears' favor as the season, progresses into the playoffs. I really do think the Bears have the ingredients, at least, whether or not, the cake is going to come out well, once everything's put in, but they got the ingredients, man, and at least offensively to really be able to not only hold their own, but to control a game. And I think to your point is if Ben Johnson can not be playing with his food, I think that's what Smoke said, not play with your food, but to your point, you know, call a football game. Don't be arrogant. Don't be, a little lax in terms of just trying stuff, which, like you say, offensive coordinators tend to, but just really be efficient and effective. Dude, this is so far cry from September. When it started out
Absolutely.
0-2,
Mhm.
and we're looking at a team now. It's like, man, like, dude, like I don't know that the Bears, like the game that New England lost to Buffalo. I don't know that the Bears lose that game if they're up 21-0. It could happen. I'm sure anything can happen. But you know, I, because they do such a good job running the ball, do a good job of taking control of the game, control of the clock, and that puts more pressure on a team, and then that plays into the Bears' hands when it comes to their secondary. I'm really impressed, man, with how this team has come together, and the Bears are looking more and more like the kind of team, as they say, you just don't want to play them.
Yeah, they are a scary team. Very, very
Quarter-
scary coming late into the season.
And what the quarterback say in the press conference
I can make
recently?
every throw.
I can make every throw. So when he's talking like that, and I wasn't even a humble brag. It was a statement of fact as far as he was concerned. Like I said, outside of injuries, um, I think the Bears have as good a chance as anyone to represent the NFC. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, and I'm not pushing past it. The Rams to me, I still think they're my front runner right now, but their defense is looking shreddable.
You say the Rams, and I know Seattle had a rough go against Old Man Rivers, but I like Seattle.
I don't trust the
Well,
quarterback.
they
No,
play Thursday.
I don't trust the quarterback when it comes down to it. I think at some point he's going to give up a turnover at the wrong time, or not complete a pass, get sacked, or something just like what we saw last year. I'm not saying that he can't get better or won't get better. I just think right now I haven't seen him have that get over the hump game yet.
well,
And then
like
even if he has one, and I didn't see if he has one this year, I need to see him do that like 3 times at least in the season for me to be like, okay, he knows he can do it. I don't know that he believes he can do it yet. I know our quarterback believes he can do it.
Well,
Look
like
at me.
Smoke
Look at me.
said,
I just said
we'll
I
see.
just said our
Our
quarterback.
quarterback. Look at y'all, man. Y'all are
Look at
all
that. Look
in.
at that.
Y'all are all in.
But
Y'all are
seriously,
all in.
I don't know. Some people are like, oh, the Bears. I'm like, the Bears have five. The Bears were leading the league, and like, in the game or close to come back from behind games, whatever it is. So yeah, I don't. The reason I say the Rams, the coach and that quarterback have been there, done that before.
Um,
All right. Hey, getting late. Real quick. Big injuries this week throughout the league. Obviously Micah Parsons in Green Bay, huge loss. The Chiefs dynasty looks to be over. Patrick Mahomes tears his
on pause.
ACL. And was that
On pause.
on
Yeah, on
pause?
pause. Yeah,
On
yeah.
pause.
It's
No,
way too.
they they got
That's
some
all,
things to
dude.
do, man.
Bro, we saw it with New
Man.
England, and then they came back and then won like 3 or 4 more Super Bowl, or at least appeared at
Hey,
3 or 4 more Super
No,
Bowls
New
this year.
England never didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah, they did.
Even the 1 year
they didn't.
they didn't make the playoffs. They won 11 games that year.
Yeah. Well, okay, this is that year
And that was
for the Chiefs.
all right, all right.
Dude, these fools been to like what 7 straight conference championship games?
3
Stop.
straight Super Bowls.
3 straight Super Bowls. Stop.
They
This
have to do
what
something. They got to retool. At
Yeah.
least.
that's
This
called
this
At
next year.
least.
this
That's
is
called
their
next year.
opportunity to retool.
At
Right. That's called
least.
next year.
Jerry
Or
McCoy
rebuild.
made a point that I think if they consider this angle, that dynasty gonna be right back rolling. Sit pat all next year.
Okay.
Take the lump. The best
And then
receiver in football is coming out of college after next year.
Well, that's a
If
stretch.
somehow, some goddamn way, Jeremiah Smith ends up with Patrick Mahomes, the dynasty is right back rolling.
It's
that,
crazy, but they
that
don't
could
even
happen.
need him, dude. They can get the other wide receiver at Ohio State and still be
It,
in the same
Cordell
spot.
Tate, Cordell
Yeah,
Tate,
it's still be in the same spot. Yeah, so
but yeah, but so yeah, I'm like, I actually think that'll be like use next year to get whatever free agents you can get, and just have that conversation with them that Pat will be back. 15 will be back, like don't rush him back. Let him take the full year off next year. And then after that, because see, the thing was with Brady's happened year one. I mean, game
Game
one.
one. Right. Right.
So he was able to be right
He
back.
was right back the next season.
But
he
they
ain't as
wouldn't.
athletic.
That too.
Facts, that part is an underrated aspect of this because he was a pocket passer, so it didn't really do nothing to him. He wasn't fast, no way. Might have
All
got a little faster.
right. But that was nah. He couldn't have been as fast as when he juked out Urlacher. He never got faster than that.
That's the slowest juke I've ever seen in my entire life.
Man,
Last thing before we go to picks. This is college football, all right. And I just picked this up. Um, Journeyman quarterback TJ Finley seeks his seventh year of eligibility. Um,
that's
in
insane.
his 6 seasons of college football, he's played for 6 different schools, including LSU, Auburn, Texas State, um, Kentucky Western Kentucky, excuse me, Western Kentucky, Tulane, and Georgia State. All right. He's now filing for that seventh year
In
and
the
is in the
portal.
transfer portal.
That boy just trying to go on a world tour.
Should they
Forever
allow
college
this?
student.
Should they
Hell
allow it?
no. No, man.
Man,
No.
don't be no hater, man. Look, dude, he ain't gonna never
Man,
make the
no.
pros. Let
Give
him
me a
earn as
year
much money
back
he can.
then.
Okay. Well, go petition. I got your back. Go ahead, petition. Get some of that NIL money. I got your back.
Hey, I only played one
You
year,
know,
so
the
technically I
schools he
should
went to, it don't even sound like he getting much.
it can't be.
He
It's
probably
hey,
getting per
But
diem.
it's
That's
better,
it.
man. It's
He ain't
better.
getting into the pros.
It's better than going to go work.
Dude, he ain't,
Man, I would love to go back to college.
That man probably getting a meal stipend.
bro. He's not going to get a pro contract. He's getting
Man,
money, but
go
he ain't
get a
gonna get the pro.
job.
This is gonna be. He is working. This is his job. He's a professional college student.
He ain't
What are
even
you
Oh,
talking
staying
about?
nowhere long enough where they might want him to just join their staff.
part of me says, man, take advantage. But then the other part, this is taking somebody else's opportunity, man.
But he's not even taking advantage. I guarantee he's not getting anything on the
Well,
NIL
no,
side.
he's able to stay in school.
Yeah, he milking financial aid. That's
And
it.
honestly, I'm trying to figure out, has he graduated yet?
Probably in grad
Which,
school.
well,
He,
no,
he's like,
how you can't transfer 6 times and all your credits transfer over.
Yeah,
That's
sometimes they
impossible.
can.
well,
All of them?
he's a
Depends on
triple
your
major.
major. Depends on
He's
your major.
he's a triple major, man. Stop hating.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
You get one of them universal majors or psychology or
Yeah,
something like that, man.
I don't know. My school was very particular about the
he's a
credit
fine arts
hours they
major.
let. Man. All right. Well, okay. All right. All right.
He's a fine arts major.
Hey, let's go to picks real quick. I think this was the worst collectively
Oh damn, damn.
that we have ever done.
Well, I know I got the Bears one wrong. Got that wrong in the
Smoke,
first quarter.
you were the top dog this week, man. You went 1-2.
1 and 2. I don't even remember who I picked.
You
Bears.
picked you got the Eagles game right. They were
Okay.
minus 12.5. And then you
Yeah,
lost the
see, them odds that week was crazy.
yeah. You lost the Jets. The Jets were plus
Got
11
they
and a half.
brains
They
beat
got
in,
yeah. And then Seattle was minus 11.5 with Philip
and they
Rivers coming in
goddamn
quarterback, and they only won by 2. Glenn, you and I both went 0-3 this
Man,
week,
insane, insane.
including my, which I'm looking back. I'm like, what the hell was I thinking about taking Navy in an Army Navy game
I
at
don't
minus
know.
6? That was stupid. That was real dumb.
whew,
All right. But it didn't affect me all that much because I'm still in first place at 17
mm,
and 13. Glenn, you are 14 and 16 overall, and
Uh,
Smoke, you are
13
13
and
and
17.
17. All
man,
right.
I
so
need a
good.
3-0 week.
So Smoke,
Yeah,
you
3
need
and 0,
yeah,
baby.
you need
I'm
to
going.
continue in this first place streak here.
I
Who
I'm
you
going
got, man?
Philly -6.5. That's Philly. I'm gonna go Buffalo -10 versus Cleveland, and I'm gonna go New Orleans -4.5 versus the Jets.
You said minus.
4.5. Oh, hold up. No,
Okay.
keep that. Keep that.
Keep it.
Yeah, keep that.
Saints -4.5. All right. Glenn Morgan, who you got?
Take the Rams -1 against the Seahawks. Then I'll probably be chasing the rest of the week. Um, I think the Vikings are kind of. I'm gonna stay away from that one. Give me the Jaguars +3 against the Broncos, and I'm gonna take the Texans -14 against the Raiders.
You said -14.
Yep,
Okay.
some boys done quit.
All right. Um, I'm gonna take the Bills minus the 10.
See, that's what the Bears do. Y'all just see what the Bears did to Cleveland. You figure that Cleveland just not gonna show up.
They're
Um,
not a good football team.
But yeah, no doubt. Buffalo struggling too, though.
the Titans are a very bad football team.
But they're fun to watch.
I'm gonna take the Gardner Minshew's
What?
minus
The
the three and
Fighting
a half.
Minshews? The
Yes.
Fighting Minshews?
And I'm gonna take the LA Charger plus. Are you serious? I had to make
No.
sure I was seeing that right. I got
The
an eye
Chargers,
doctor's. I got
Chargers in
an eye
Dallas.
doctor's appointment. They're in Dallas plus
I
2. I'm
I
taking the
started.
Charger.
That was so. Look,
They
that was
they
why. That was
listen,
why I hesitated when I said, "Hold up." That was the exact game, and I'm
trap,
like, "No, you know what? I think that's a
trap.
trap.
Well,
I
I'm
think it is."
hey, then I didn't took the trap because yeah,
That's
all
definitely
day.
why I was like, "Hold up." I'm like, "Nah, you know what? Nope. I'm gonna keep what I got."
Yes, sir. That's going to do it for this week's edition of the Easy Smoke and the GM podcast. I want to thank everyone for listening. We greatly appreciate it. Next week, I'm we'll talk about that in a sec. Um, you can find our podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon, or wherever you find your favorite podcast. You can also catch the video version of our podcast on YouTube. Search for HP53 Productions, and there you'll find a link to our podcast and the Super Duper podcast hosted by Rob Griggs. Yo, Glenn,
Yep.
please take us out.
Hey, like we always say here, easy smoke GM podcast. We ain't saying we're right, but we know we weren't wrong about Shedeur Sanders against Caleb Williams.
Bear down. Let's go.
Fair down.